Welcome back one and all for the latest episode of the Good, the Bad and the Ugly at LFC podcast, brought to you by the LFC File and myself, yours truly, Ben Green. Thanks very much for stopping by as always, and before we start, remember, press the like button, subscribe, press the notification bell, leave a comment as well, and tell your friends and fam, and let's continue to grow the community. Before I start, I would like to mention, hence the t-shirt, that the DGR starts on, it's on Sunday, around 9:30, 10 in the morning, something like that. And for those that don't know, that is a charity event, a global charity event, which takes place each year around this time, mid-May, and this is to raise funds and awareness for men's mental health and suicide prevention. Part of the Movember Foundation is closely linked there too. So if you've got a bike, you probably know about it. If not, you do now. There'll be a ride being held in a city near you. So please do join. It's a great laugh. It's a good way to meet people as well. So if you can, pop along, and also donate a few bob if you can. That will be much appreciated. So without further ado, let's get into it with the good. And the good this week is, funnily enough, I think a lot of you wouldn't expect this, but it's actually Trent Alexander-Arnold confirming that he's going to leave the club. Why is this so good, you may ask? Well, the reason why is simply that it's out in the open now. Mo Salah and Virgil van Dijk have signed contract extensions that we know, and of course the elephant in the room, so to speak, is Mr. Trent Alexander-Arnold, who has been very tight-lipped on the matter for the whole season. So now he's come out, probably the right time, I guess, because he hasn't wanted to distract the team and the club from the business of winning the league, so that's fair to say. And he's just said that he's leaving the club at the end of the season. What he hasn't confirmed is that his destination, which seems to be Real Madrid, unless we're all shocked with a last-minute change of heart, but that's where he seems to be heading at this moment in time. So yes, interesting. And he got a bit of a frosty reception in the game on Sunday, but we'll come on to that later. I'm not that bothered, to be honest. Liverpool have had good players, great players, excellent players come and go in the past, and somehow, shape or form, they seem to be replaced. So I'm not particularly fussed. I certainly wouldn't have booed him, but anyway, that's another thing. I can only say good luck to the lad. My personal thought is it would have been nice had he signed a contract, and just so Liverpool get some return on the not insignificant investment they've made in him over the years. That said, the law of Real Madrid, as we know, is a very strong one. And so therefore, I think this only makes sense that he's going. And they probably said, look, you come for nothing or you don't come at all. And if you come for nothing, the money we save on the transfer, we can likely give to you, so you will be even more rich than you are at the moment, because that's what you need, isn't it? And so, yes, that's probably the reasoning behind it. So, yeah, good luck to him. He's got one career. You only live once, and you might as well make the most of it. So, thanks, Trent. It's been emotional, and all the best going forward. I've got the Liverpool FC official site here with the headline, Trent Alexander explains decision to leave Liverpool FC. I don't really think he has to explain his decision, to be honest. I think that the Liverpool supporters tend to be quite possessive over the players, let's put it that way. At the end of the day, no explanation needed, mate. Do your thing. It's a shame the club don't benefit, if anything. But there you go. onwards and upwards, moving swiftly on with the bad. The bad this week is Liverpool's performance against Arsenal yesterday. Well, not yesterday, it's actually a day late. It's a busy week this week, so I'm not going to take too long with this. I wouldn't say it's a bad performance. I think it was. I just think that the players are tired, emotionally spent over a very exhausting season. Lots of ups and downs. Some big ups, of course. It doesn't surprise me. And with all due respect, Arsenal are a good side. Otherwise, they wouldn't be second. They're not top. Liverpool, when it took the lead through Cody Gakpo, isn't it? Very sort of, wasn't a sort of splendid effort, but done well to get in and kind of, slide it into the net. And then about a minute or so later, Luis Diaz done the same. 2-0 up. And as we've seen the last month or so, Liverpool have either gone behind early and struggled to catch up, or taken the lead and, lost it in somewhat unspectacular fashion. And this day done. Arsenal got back, 1 goal back just after the second half started. And then, what's his name? Mikel Merino, isn't it? I think he got the equaliser after 70 minutes. I'll come on to that in a minute. But I think the crowd didn't help. Didn't help Liverpool's cause at all. Yes, not the best of results, unfortunately. But still, at least they didn't lose, I suppose, is the upside, and they're champions anyway. And I think somewhere in the back of their head, it seems to be a thing where they haven't played with the same intensity that they have over recent months. 1, I'd say they're knackered. 2, I would say, what else is there to play for other than pride? 3, I think the other teams have probably got a bit more of an incentive to beat Liverpool. Arsenal, for sure. Mikel Arteta cut a very disappointed figure after 25 minutes of the game on Sunday, that's for sure. And the German commentator said, is that a cold shower for Arteta? And he looked as if he'd been, royally doused. Yeah, so, they have an incentive to come to Liverpool and get a result. They're not going to come and roll over. So, be that as it may. And we've got the report from Mr. Ian Ladyman in the Daily Mail. Liverpool 2, Arsenal 2. 10-man Gunners come back from 2 down to prevent double humiliation at Anfield after giving Arne Slot's side a guard of honour before kick-off. Yeah, that must have hurt. Yes. So pretty concise and succinct headline, I would say. Arsenal came back from 2 goals down to draw 2-2 against Liverpool at Anfield. Mikel Arteta's side gave the new champions a guard of honour before kick-off. Then it's listen now. So good result, I suppose. At the end of the day, all things considered, as I say, the reasons I've given before, I'm not that bothered. Our name is on the trophy now. So yeah, could be worse. That brings us swiftly on to the ugly. And the ugly this week is the treatment Trent Alexander-Arnold got when he came on. I think it was 67 minutes he came on as a substitute, of course, for Conor Bradley. And some sections of the crowd were booing him, which I think is quite unfair, to be honest, regardless of what you think. I often ask myself, if let's say there's some guy in the stadium. I suppose it depends. I'm thinking aloud, but if you got some guy in the stadium, I don't know, late 40s or whatever, his son's playing for Liverpool and Real Madrid come in, what are you going to do? Your heart will say Liverpool, but this will say go to Real Madrid. You're going to likely have a more successful career, let's face it. And so I don't see the point in booing the guy. It's not as if he hasn't put any effort in. He said in his interview, I've given everything, and I think it's hard to argue with that. I think he's put the most effort in. He's a local lad. I think he's been living the dream, hasn't he, for the last sort of, 8-9 years or whatever, since he's been in the team. Not that long, is it? Probably around 6 or 7. But he's, I don't think he has anything else to prove. As I say, I think Liverpool fans can be a little bit possessive over the players, but at the end of the day, the guy's made his mind up, and I don't see the point in booing him. And I would say, in an indirect way, that probably had some impetus on Arsenal getting the equaliser 3 minutes later, because I think it just distracts the whole thing. I don't like that kind of thing, and I'm not one to say, if you're a real fan and all this sort of crap, but I think at the end of the day, there's a certain element of respect that is due, even if you don't agree with his decision. Tough shit, yeah. He has to lead his own life and go his own way. So in that sense, I don't like that at all. I think it's disgraceful, booing your own players regardless of the circumstances. And it was reported in the Echo, Liverpool response to Trent Alexander-Arnold was disgraceful and self-destructive. It played into Arsenal's hands, and that says Ian Doyle gives his opinion after Trent Alexander-Arnold was booed by his own supporters in the 2-2 draw with Arsenal at Anfield. And I have to say, I agree. I don't think there's any place for that, to be perfectly honest. I think most of the fans didn't. It's just the usual, I would say the usual people, these, the FSG out, blah, 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 Sellerman, some oligarch or whatever comes in and blah, 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 crap. Anyway, be that as it may, we move on. And it's clear that Trent is moving on as well. That brings us to the point in this show where we look at the exploit of the world-renowned fancy Premier League team, FC Aquian Salfish, for game week 36. As you can see, 44 points, marginally better than the average of 43. Not the best of results. Biggest contributor, I would say, is Flecken. I think they won 1-0, Brentford, didn't they? Over Ipswich. That was a good game. It's quite entertaining, actually. So yes, he's my biggest contributor. Next is Luis Diaz, who of course got a goal in the game on Sunday. Other than that, fairly unremarkable. Guardiola got 6, okay, as did Mbeumo. In Brentford's game. Ismail Sarr, 6. Palace, the 2-0 win over Tottenham. It's terrible from Tottenham losing 2-0 there, especially at home as well, but there you go. Look at it, some of these results. Man United losing 2-0 at home as well to West Ham. Shocking, absolutely shocking, terrible. Anyway, who cares, not me. So yes, not the best score. If we go on to the league situation, we can see on the Düsseldorf Super League, I'm 43 points ahead on 2,356. They think it's all over. Mr. E has clawed back his 2 points that he lost last week on 2,313 points. It's a bit squeaky bum time there. I tell you, this guy in particular is an animal. Onto the League of Kings. Fairly handsome lead, 2,265 points over 2,129 against Mr. Chris Gale in Overland and Sea. 136 points by my humble math that I've done already, written down on a piece of paper. So, all's well there. On Düsseldorf Super League, I just need to make sure that there's no more slip-ups. I've prepared my team for game week 37, so hopefully that should see me one step away from the finish line. And on that note, I will wrap it up there. Thank you very much for stopping by, ladies and gents, guys and gals, much appreciated. Again, like, subscribe, press the notification bell. Let me hear your comments, what you think. And again, the DGR, if you're able to take part, please do. Please make a donation. I will leave a link down below. If you can make a donation, that would be very nice indeed. And until the next one, I can only bid you farewell. Have a sunny week ahead. I think the weather is nice, particularly in the UK, I see. So enjoy. And until the next one, guys, peace. Your LFC File.